Welcome back to our channel. This is the newest episode of The Shakedown with She-Bear and DK. This episode we're going to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers draft this season and their potential free agent acquisitions. After that, we're going to talk about the Flyers draft and their possible free agent signings.
Right. Everybody in Philadelphia, there should be no excuse if you're a sports fan to not be excited this week in general. We have two drafts. Number one, Sixers just made a huge deal getting the first overall pick on Thursday. And then Friday night, you have the Flyers going in, and they get the second overall pick in the draft this year, which last time I remember that I don't even think that's ever happened in our history. Two of our teams getting top 5 picks, top 3 picks.
Top 2 picks.
Yeah, top 2 picks in a draft. It's so exciting.
A lot of young potential.
Yeah,
Bringing to Philadelphia.
Absolutely. I'm so stoked, man. I can't wait for Thursday. I'm counting down the minutes, seconds, anything you can think of. I'm ready. I'm ready for what's going on. So
we're gonna start with the Sixers.
Flyers.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, it's all right. So Flyers have the second overall pick this year, and there's 2 guys that are a possibility for the Flyers. Of course, we have to deal with one of our arch rivals, the Devils, for going first overall. And like I said, there's 2 guys. There's Nolan Patrick from the Brandon Wheat Kings, who is an absolute stud.
He's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's fast. He scores goals. Listen, he's a playmaker, but again, he's going to be a superstar.
But he's not afraid to shoot the puck.
Absolutely not, and that's
like Giroux.
Yes,
Giroux,
I'm representing Giroux today, actually. So
Giroux gets a little gun shy.
Yeah, and it's pretty. We need a shooter. We need a person that's not afraid to shoot the puck.
It's supposed to be Jake Voracek.
Yeah, well, we paid him a boatload of money, and look what happened. I'm not saying he had an okay
He's
year.
fine. He's good.
Yeah, year last year. The year before, he was non-existent. The year before, he was non-existent. The year before that, he was an all-star. I mean, that's just what happened. I don't know.
86 points?
Yeah, he was a monster, and it sucks that we're talking about Jake like that. Jake, I love you. Claude, I love you. The whole team, I love you. You know, and like I said, it's also scary with the expansion draft. We're probably going to lose.
We're not going to lose it. Those guys.
No, they are protected. We're going to lose a couple good players, good key pieces to our team. But let's go to who I honestly think the Flyers are going to be able to get. Again, I don't think Patrick Nolan's going to get picked by the Flyers. I think the Devils are going to take him first overall. So that leaves us with Nico Hischier. This kid is explosive, like I said, same kind of player as Nolan, but
he's a little smaller.
Yes, and he got hurt last year.
He got hurt last year.
Yeah, but it's okay for me. I mean, Brandon is a very prestigious organization. Sorry, and they've Ivan Provorov, Brandon Wheat Kings.
Yeah.
I love Provorov. I don't know how you feel about him, but
I think I like him, but I wish he was a little bit bigger. Yeah. Honestly, but I think he'll be kind of like teaming it. I think he'll turn into a chemo teaming it kind of defenseman.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
it's all about how he moves the puck. He's not going to move people.
He's not going to be a Pronger. He's
not going to be Chris Pronger.
No.
Or Radko Gudas.
No.
He'll
go
move the puck like team. He'll be smart. He's really smart with the puck.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And he's going to make the passes that he has to make. He's going to, and he can skate well. Right. That's the thing. He can skate.
Right.
So I just wish he was a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and like I said, this kid Hischier, like I said, he's fast. He's faster, actually, than I believe, and more explosive than Nolan skating. Not scoring the puck. I mean, he's an opportunist. Yeah. Nolan is, and like I said, unfortunately, we're probably going to deal with that for the next decade or so. Yeah. Depending if he works out. But that brings us to.
So you think they're going to draft Nico Hischier?
Yes. Yes. And who do you think they're going to get?
I have the same thing.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think I honestly like him better.
Okay. All right.
Really, I wouldn't be surprised if the Devils take him.
Yeah. I mean, it's
possible. You got to think the kid's he's 18.
Yeah.
And he's 6 feet tall, 180 pounds. So he's still growing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's still physically growing. And he was in the QMJHL last year, which is pretty good. It's a really good league.
Walford, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a really good league for young players. And He scored 86 points in 57 games.
It's impressive. I mean, you can't argue the
38
facts.
goals, 48 assists.
Right.
In 57 games.
Right. Yes.
Those are numbers.
Yeah,
those
those
are
are
serious numbers.
Yeah, I mean, but again, Patrick Nolan, he scored 62 goals in 107 games in 2 years with Brandon.
That's true.
I mean, they're both have the potential to be breakout stars. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they're not going to be Connor McDavid.
no.
Like-
I mean, listen, people.
They're going to be...
Connor McDavid is
He's
a
gonna
once
be something
in a
else.
generation kind of player. He's
They're
going to
not
be
even going to be like Austin Matthews.
no. Again, the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Edmonton Oilers got lucky.
Yeah, they got
with
once in a
these-
generation
Yes,
players.
exactly. We haven't seen really any since Crosby and Ovechkin.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody knows their resumes, and like I said, fuck Sidney Crosby, fuck Alex Ovechkin. I hate them both.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you're in the same boat. But it's gonna be good for us. We need.
I think they're going to be... They're players that they might not be like Connor McDavid or Austin Matthews or like Ovechkin
Yeah.
or Sidney Crosby, but they're not going to be bad. Like they're going to be potential all-stars maybe in a couple of years. Like they're not going to be... I doubt they're going to win like hard trophies.
Yeah,
Like, but
I honestly think I don't think Hexy's gonna bring them up this year either.
no,
I don't
God
think-
no,
I don't think
no.
no. I mean, but listen.
I mean, they brought up Provorov and he was 19. They brought up Konechny and he was
right, but
19.
we need to develop these players just a little bit longer. People,
That's what they did with Provorov.
yeah, absolutely.
He was down there for a year.
yeah, and he did well. He did not do bad. He did well.
Yeah.
Yeah, very well actually.
Actually, he's
yeah.
going to be like the Calder Trophy guy at the
Yeah.
beginning of the season.
Yeah, and people, it's hard to come around a second overall pick in the draft, and first, second, third. Your team has to be not bad, but we worked out this year in the lottery. Yeah, and that's why this year my expectations are not as high as they usually are for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Mine are kind of higher.
Okay, well, why do you think that they'll be higher?
Well, I think they're going to be higher because they're going to move one of the goalies.
Okay,
They're
yeah.
going to move Mason or Neuberg. I would rather keep Neuberg, honestly,
Yes.
than Mason. Even though Mason by no means has Mason been a bad goalie.
No,
He
and
hasn't. Because you think how many games did he bail us out of? I think 1 year he had more road shutouts than he had road wins.
yeah, and well, yeah.
Because we lost in overtime.
Yeah, and the thing is that Mason's always had this inconsistent problem. Mason
let
is
up a
he's an every other
Fluky
year.
ass goal.
Yeah, he's an every other year kind of goalie. And 2 years ago when we made the playoffs and Washington scored from all the way down the ice on him, it was
And then
like
Neuberg came in and was locked down.
Yeah,
I mean, he didn't win, but
no. I mean that was a beautiful shot in Game 6. I mean there was nothing he could do. 1-0. It's okay.
it wasn't like Game 6 of the Stanley Cup.
No, we're not.
Michael Lake.
Michael Layton.
Fucking Michael Layton.
I still remember that day when I thought that we saved that puck,
Yeah.
and Patrick Kane skated down the ice, sliding. I'm like,
Yeah, nobody knew
What
what happened.
happened?
He was fucking
And-
Michael Lagan.
I just, it is what it is. So,
I hate Michael Lagan. So I hate Michael Lagan.
so I'm going to go on to a couple of acquisitions that I think we can get. We don't have a lot of cap space. We're actually one of the most tight cap space team in the league.
What, we got that $8.5 million?
$8.5 million. It's just sitting around there, a little less, a little more. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but there's two guys that I think that we can get that are veteran presences that could help this team. Number one, and if he doesn't go in the expansion draft, I hope to God that Hexy does everything in his power to go after him, and that is TJ Oshie. TJ Oshie
Same.
is a sniper. TJ Oshie is a playmaker. And if you haven't watched international hockey, he
Hell of a
is
shootout
one of the best shootout players I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, LeCavier was amazing back when he was in Tampa Bay. He and Dawson
Great.
and forgot how to do it.
Paul Holmgren gave a 38-year-old a $40 million contract.
Well, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. And secondly, I would like to actually bring this player back to Philadelphia, Mr. Game 7, Justin Williams. I think
He's-
Justin Williams could come in here. He's come back to the team he started with, and I know he didn't leave on great terms, but I love Justin Williams. And Justin Williams, we're not getting him for 30 goals. We're
Yeah.
getting him for
He's just a grinded out, clutch kind of guy.
exactly, and
And he'll help develop young players.
exactly, and I feel like that's the veteran presence that we're going to be needing.
Yeah, you got Konechny, who hasn't been in the playoffs.
No.
Ivan Provorov, who's never been in the playoffs.
Right.
Ghost. These guys are young.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's just he's gonna make them work harder.
Yes.
He's gonna make them better.
I could see Justin Williams coming back this year. Say if he comes back to Philadelphia, not guaranteeing anything. Just what I think. He comes back and he gets an A, in my opinion. I mean, we're gonna have Giroux as a captain. Okay, you're gonna have Simmons as your other A, and then I just think it would make the most sense. You put him on the third line, you give him an A, and just let him be. He's the leader in the locker room. It's just that's who the type of person he is. He's not Jeff Carter and Mike Richards who go out partying during the playoffs and don't perform.
Doing a lot of cocaine.
Yes, exactly.
Good job, Mike Richards.
But yeah, so
even though Mike Richards was the epitome of a Flyers player,
yes,
I won't take that away from him.
Yes, he had
really
passion, and that's another thing too.
He was a smart player.
Yeah, and I don't know if you realized it, but I feel like since G's put this C on, it's got to be he's been different. I think that it hasn't had the passion that he used to have. I used to remember when Giroux would go in there, no A, no C, going in the boards, getting the dirty plays done.
Yeah, making Sidney Crosby in the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And
it does seem like he lost a bit of an edge.
I think that a person, I love you. I mean, like, I'm wearing your jersey, and I think Wayne Simmons deserves a C. I think Wayne Simmons comes out with passion every single game.
Oh, yeah.
He makes it happen.
He's a better Scott Hartnell.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a much more talented Scott Hartnell.
Yes. Do you have anybody else to add on to free agent acquisitions?
I like TJ Oshie.
Okay.
But I would also say to go after Shattenkirk.
Yes.
That's who I would want.
That would be our only free agent if we
he's
did
like
sign him.
I know. But you think he's another player he's gritty. He's going to get in there. He's going to hit people. He's going to move that puck along the boards. He's going to do what you have to do to win.
Right, absolutely.
And he's going to play tough defense. And he'll take his penalty minutes.
Yeah.
But that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to...
Yeah, I mean, Shattenkirk is going to be the hottest free agent. Again, yeah.
TJ Oshie, I think.
Well, I'm talking about if they don't go to Vegas. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the problem with free agency now with this expansion draft.
He's not exactly sure who's going to be there.
Exactly. These guys are restricted free agents, which means they're still technically on a roster.
Yeah.
So if they're not protected by a team, easily take it.
Yeah.
And
if I was Las Vegas, I would take TJ Oshie.
Yeah, I mean, look at the kid from the New Jersey Devils. God, I can't think of his name. Severson. He's also a restricted free agent, but they protected him. I saw today.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they're going to try to give him an extension if he wants to stay there.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's another guy that I would love to have on the Flyers. Young, very good defenseman, can put the puck in the net. Mm-hmm. But we'll have to see what the season brings. I personally think that they sneak into the playoffs again. I mean, I'm not trying to go into the whole Flyers season right now, but I think they can do it. I think that
because I think they'll get in there. I think they'll be a 6 through 8 seed.
Yeah, no.
But then again, this is a team where they could be a number 1 seed. Really, if our talent plays the way they can,
Pittsburgh still.
I know, but I'm saying if our talent plays the way they can, you got 3 guys who could score north of 80 points in a season.
Yeah, I understand. I get where you're coming from, but it has to click.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I don't expect all 3 of them to have career years the same year.
No, and that's.
Wayne Simmons had a career year last year with he scored 37 goals.
Mm-hmm. And he was our leading scorer, and he had second most points behind Giroux. Yeah. So we have to, as a team, figure out our identity again. Yeah. Well, I don't see the Broad Street Bullies out there. No. I don't see.
You don't even see us like Mike Richards, Jeff Carter. Era.
Yeah, no, we're a soft team, and it's sad to see that.
I think our captain, Mike Richards, he would hit people.
Yeah,
he would fight people.
Yeah,
that was a rough team. Mike Richards, Scott Hartnell.
Right.
Our defense with Chris Pronger and Braden Coburn and Matt Carl.
Right.
Those guys were tough.
Right.
Especially Chris Pronger.
Yeah.
He was the dirtiest player in the game.
Yeah. So, I think that, like I said, that's what's going to happen for the Flyers is free agency and draft. Let's move on to the more exciting team, in my opinion. The Philadelphia 76ers, I mentioned earlier in the video.
Big news.
Yesterday, we agreed to terms to trade for the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft with the Boston Celtics, which...
We essentially swap picks.
Yes, absolutely.
Third to first.
And,
and
it's...
a first-round pick from Sacramento.
Right.
Next year.
Yes. No, the Lakers next year. And then
Lakers
Sacramento's
next year.
following year. So, with... Who do you think they're going to take? Well, I mean, I think we all know who they're going to take first overall, but...
I think it'll be Markelle Fultz.
Yes, Markelle
Fultz. It has
Fultz.
to be.
Out of Washington. This kid is a complete stud.
Yeah.
He scores the ball, he passes the ball, he rebounds the ball.
I wish his assists were a little bit higher.
Yes, and that's what I was...
Not like, and it's nitpicking.
But
really.
that's what we have Simmons for.
Like, he averages... What do you average? Almost 6 a game?
Yeah.
Like, really? That's like I'm being a little nitpicky.
Yeah.
But, like...
His wingspan is also 6'10".
He's got a 6... Yeah. He's got handles, but also, like, Ben Simmons might handle the ball better.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's what's scary. Our backcourt...
And Ben Simmons is as big as Jahlil Okafor is.
Yeah.
He's 6'10".
Yeah, our backcourt...
He's a 6'10" point guard.
Our backcourt could be scary. It's going to be scary. It's almost definite. If the Sixers pick anybody besides Markelle Fultz, I think that there will be a riot in Philadelphia.
I could see them taking Josh Jackson.
It's a possible... So here's the problem with Josh Jackson. He doesn't have an established shot. Okay?
No.
He cannot
But he
shoot...
is crazy athletic.
Yes, and his defense, he is a shutdown
He
defender.
is a freak athlete.
Yes, and I agree with you.
You're right. That defense is...
I agree with you 100%.
That is old school defense he plays.
Yes.
There's no layups.
He is a monster. He's an absolute monster. He's a freak athlete like LeBron. Not comparing him to LeBron whatsoever.
It's a little much.
I'm not
About
saying
the same
that.
size.
But yeah, but I'm saying he works. He's more of an athlete than he is a pure scorer or a pure defensive man.
Yeah.
He's a very well-rounded athlete. Where
He's a really good athlete who's on a basketball court.
right, exactly, and I wouldn't mind Josh Jackson, but
At 3.
at 3, yeah, exactly. But at number 1, clear-cut favorite, Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's what I'm taking.
And I
he's
think,
the most complete player.
Yeah,
He's the
and,
most NBA-ready player.
and I think that him and Simmons in the backcourt, you can run them either one of them at the 1 or the 2. You understand what I'm
You
saying?
could put Ben Simmons at the 4.
You could
You
put him at the
could.
4, but we have Dario who going to play the 3, but he's also a 3-4 kind of guy.
Yeah.
If you go big, he's going to play 3. If you go small, he's going to go 4.
Yeah.
And the problem we have Jahlil Okafor, who
I don't want him to step on that court.
I don't think
He's
listen,
lazy.
I'm very, very, very
He just plays
upset.
lazy.
Yeah, exactly. I wish we knew more about Kristaps Porzingis 3 years ago. I wish I did.
Well, nobody knew about Kristaps
Yeah,
Porzingis.
besides
3
the
years.
Knicks.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Knicks.
yeah.
The Knicks.
Well, he got booed when nobody fucking knew who he was when they drafted him.
Listen, the guy's a monster. He's an absolute stud.
Yeah.
The Sixers can't mess this draft up.
No.
I mean, it's literally impossible. If they don't take Markelle Fultz, I would be shocked if they even think about Lonzo Ball.
No.
Dude, LeVar Ball.
He's not even that good,
He's
first of all.
Lonzo's good. Lonzo's good.
I don't know. He got, what?
He had
Malik Monk dropped, what, 39 on him?
Yeah, and also De'Aaron Fox. Who
dropped
was
47 on him.
Twice.
Yeah.
So he's not...
Doesn't play defense.
Yeah, he's a facilitator, and that's what he is. He likes to handle the ball. That's what he does. I have nothing against Lonzo Ball. I have something
I don't know.
about
If you're on my team and you're letting somebody drop 47 on you twice,
Yeah, I mean...
you're not playing.
I understand.
You're not-
Oh, well, yeah, but you have to think of who's in his ear. Who's in his ear, and that's his... Oh,
his dad.
his dad. And I think this guy is the worst thing that could happen for his son, for the NBA.
Yeah.
This guy does not know how to shut his mouth. Let me tell you
He's just
something.
making everything worse on his dad.
Exactly. If
I mean,
his
on his son.
yeah. If Lonzo came to Philadelphia, I want to put this in perspective. Ben Simmons takes the last shot of the game. We're down by 2. He takes a 3-pointer, misses it. They go into the locker room, okay? And LeVar is out there giving public, for some god-awful reason,
Yeah.
why are you even out there talking? You're not an NBA player. You never were the caliber of an NBA player. Michael Jordan would whoop you one-handed, one leg, blindfolded. I don't know what the hell you were thinking about. That's number one. And he goes and says, my son should have had the ball last second. No, your son shouldn't have the ball last second. And then you go into the locker room and you have these guys, grown men, who hear your dad saying this. Your chemistry is shot.
Yeah, you're not going to be a good team.
He needs to shut his mouth. For the good of your son, shut your goddamn mouth. Yeah. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm sure you're tired of hearing about it. Philadelphia, the world.
Oh, yeah, I just turn it off whenever they start covering the bar.
It's ruining my life, my sports talk radio every day I listen to. It's always about LeVar Ball. Yeah. And I'm tired of hearing about it. You are awful. You are terrible, terrible. Just shut your goddamn mouth.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're not going to take Lonzo Ball.
No, we're not going to take Lonzo Ball. And thank God. And like I said, I feel bad for any team that decides to take him. Magic Johnson, you know better than that. Please do not take him. Boston's not going to take him.
He could slip.
Yeah, he could slip 4 or 5. I would love to see him go to Phoenix. I would love to see him go to Phoenix. I would love to see it happen. Sacramento even, too.
Yep.
You know what?
Please
give LeVar a reason. Just get so angry about this. Because that's all he wants to do. He has this big mouth while his son is humble, doesn't speak much. All I've heard is that he's good. Exactly.
He goes out and plays.
I don't understand why you have to have. It's like, you know.
Because the kid obviously doesn't want to make a big deal about anything.
Right. Exactly. So let's go on to the free agents because I'm gonna freak out about LeVar Ball.
Well, so we both agree that it has to be Markelle Fultz.
Yes, has to be Markelle Fultz. Yes, absolutely.
That kid averaged. There was one freshman who averaged more points a season than him.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah. So we're not saying he's going to be Kevin Durant, but he's the closest thing to a sure thing that's in this draft, and he's NBA ready. So we're going to go to free agent acquisitions that could help the Philadelphia 76ers next year. Now here's what I think the Sixers' biggest need is, and that's a pure shooter. We don't have
Markelle Fultz shot 41% from three.
Absolutely, but I'm going for more shooting. I want to see the 3 ball. I don't want to see Golden State threes.
He shot 41% from behind three. The kid can shoot.
Yeah, but he also didn't. He played at Washington. That's not the same as.
I know, but still, the kid can shoot.
Absolutely, but we need a shutdown shooter, lockdown, point, ready to go shooter. So with our $94.5 million cap room this offseason, which is unreal, don't throw max money at him, but I would like to see J.J. Redick come into Philadelphia. This guy, he just always seems to...
He's not a bad defender either.
No, and like I said, he always seems to, like, if you want to give Fultz just a little bit, like, start of the season, midway through the season, just get him comfortable with the NBA, the pace, the everything. You have J.J. Redick to fall back on. And I'm not saying that they're going to be the same cat. Like they're not going to obviously not the same caliber. Yeah, but I'd rather have J.J. Redick. I think J.J. Redick.
J.J. Redick's not a point guard.
I know he's a 2 guard. I'm not saying that he's a point guard, but I'm saying that's a guy that can sit in the corner and rain threes all day if he had to. He's never had an opportunity to really be that guy, but it's still. I think that if he could even win 6 Man of the Year midway through the season,
he can get hot.
Yeah, and
you're right.
That's the one person that I really feel like the Sixers should pursue. There's other people which I'm going to let you get into who you think because I may agree with that as well.
I honestly think we really shouldn't sign anybody big this year.
Okay.
I think if we did, I would sign Paul Millsap.
That's what I was going to say.
Maybe
Paul Millsap is a player who isn't too old yet.
No.
He's also not too young.
He rebounds well. Yeah. He's athletic.
He's a 4.
Good.
He's a 4.
Yeah.
And that's what we need. Julio Love is not going to cut it.
No, I think Darius Arch should be our starting 4.
Okay.
Our lineup should go Fultz.
Okay, at the 1.
Yes.
Okay.
Simmons.
Okay.
Covington. Darius Arch. And Mr. Shirley Temple, Joel Embiid.
Okay, so you wouldn't take Paul Millsap and move Sarge to the 3, have Covington come off the bench. You don't think that's more ideal?
But I also don't really want to sign Paul Millsap. I want to save our money and sign Paul George.
So I just read actually not that long ago, about 2 hours ago, Paul George, the Cavs and Pacers are in talks to send Paul George to the Cavs right now. Not saying it's going to happen, but Paul George announced he announced to Indiana today that he was leaving after the 2018 season, which could give us the opportunity to sign Paul
throw
George.
max money at him.
But if the Cavs can pull that off, I mean, LeBron, you can put LeBron down to the floor. LeBron can play anywhere on the floor.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not a big deal.
he doesn't play a position. He's
No,
just
exactly.
LeBron.
Yeah, exactly. He has his own position. So if that happens, then I don't see either of them leaving Cleveland next year. I mean, and that's another thing that I heard on.
Yeah, I want Paul George though.
I heard okay. I mean, I love Paul George.
It's really like Paul, like Millsap and JJ Redick. They're not gonna.
No, but
they're gonna be fine players.
Listen, if
our core, if our core is Embiid, Fultz, and Simmons,
we have one of the best futures we can look for.
And then Dario Saric, who could possibly win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, they're the core for the Sixers right now, with the addition of Markelle Fultz, is
potentially.
Great. Yeah, I mean, well, if we decide to get Markelle Fultz, it's great. If not, I don't know why we wouldn't. I don't see anybody else for us besides Markelle Fultz. But yeah, so I think that's what we can do in the off season. I mean, if we all click this year, Embiid stays healthy, we could make an easy playoffs.
Sneak into the playoffs.
Absolutely. The East is trash. The East is trash.
Besides Cleveland and Boston.
Yeah, no, and like I said, and there's been murmurs.
The Heat are okay.
There's been murmurs. I know this is going to sound crazy that LeBron might leave Cleveland next year, go to Lakers or the Clippers.
He's not going to go to the Lakers.
I know, but I'm not saying that's. Listen,
he's not leaving Cleveland.
Okay, that's your opinion. All right, so. Last episode, we had a comment from Jeffrey Peterson, and he asked us, when will we win the championship again? So we're going to interpret it as which team we think will win a championship in the near future. Yes, correct. You want to go first on this one?
Yeah. Phillies are never going to win a World Series ever. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So Phillies are so bad, and I'm sorry, all you Phillies fans.
I'm as big as a Philly fan.
Absolutely, this guy.
They are awful.
This is why we haven't had a
Phillies.
Phillies.
It's not like if this was like the soccer leagues over in Europe, we'd be relegated to like the minors.
Exactly.
But I think it's tough because I think the Eagles are. I think they're a couple pieces away. I think they're going to be better next year. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
But I don't think that they're going to They're not going to be like the Patriots or
Yeah, but we're talking about the most realistic chance to win a championship. The who's going to not next year.
I think the
but
team
what
with the
year?
best chance would be the Flyers.
And what year do you think they would do it?
I think they would do it sooner rather than later.
Okay. So maybe 2020.
No, sooner than that. If they did
2019,
if the Flyers were to win a championship, they'd have to do it in the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
I think the Sixers are at least 2 or 3 years away from being.
Well, it all depends on what happens with Golden State.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From being
seeing
really
what happened in the finals.
The Sixers. I'm super excited for the Sixers.
Yeah.
I'm crazy excited for the Sixers. But. There's some teams out there, there's some teams in the NBA where it's going to be tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think the Flyers, they have the talent where if everything clicks, they can be dangerous. They can be a dangerous team. They can get hot in the playoffs.
Okay.
So I would pick the Flyers.
All right, so to answer for me, I'm going to say the Eagles. I think the Eagles are cornerbacks away. Literally 2 cornerbacks away.
Yeah. Our defensive players away.
Our defensive line could use a little more pass rushing, but
I might have the best front 7.
Yes,
in the NFL.
I mean it's arguable. I mean there's some things that you can they'll be like, oh, Chris Long's old or blah blah blah, whatever.
He's not going to play every down.
The most exposed position on the Eagles is cornerback, and safety. I feel safety Ryan McLeod and Malcolm Jenkins. I don't think. We're not going to go into another Eagles debate. So like I said, corners, and I think that I think 2019, 2020 is when I think we'll win. I think that's
chance to win.
Well, yes, chance to win. I think that's the most realistic. So, anywho, I think that's we did a pretty good job today covering everything that you guys
Yeah.
would need to know and want to know about each draft. This is She-Bear,
This is DK.
and we're signing off today. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe, comment, and do whatever you can under the sun. Share the video. Do whatever you can for us. And please comment. We'll answer anything. So thank you again, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Shakedown.